Hey, what's good, everybody? Because I'm a Fury here. And let's talk a little Resident Evil. And, you know, this year is the 25th anniversary. But I want to do a video talking about something that has haunted me for years about the first Resident Evil game. And it's the fact that the ending, even in the remake, was never a 100% ending. And follow me on this one here. This isn't me saying I hate the game, all right? This is me saying in the remake, they had the opportunity to go in and allow all four heroes or survivors of the mansion from the STARS team to get out in one game. They've had that opportunity. They never capitalized on that because we all know canon, storyline wise, Rebecca, Barry, Chris, and Jill made it out of there. And Brad, of course, the chicken heart palate. But in Chris's game, you only got the opportunity to save Jill and Barry. In Jill's game, you only got the opportunity to save Chris and Barry. And they never really went back and used the they never went back to fix that. They never did that in the remake. As good as the remake is revered and as much of an improvement to the overall storyline of the Resident Evil game it is, they never fixed that storyline in that game. They never fixed that ending. And people can be like, well, you know they all made it out of there. I'm like, yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it. We never seen Rebecca interact with Barry, which I find is crazy. We never seen Jill interact with Rebecca, which I also find is crazy. I mean, well, we did see that. But I'm talking about as for how can we say inside the game, not just at the ending point. So we never saw the Barry and Rebecca thing at the end of Chris's game. That's what I meant to specify. See, the whole thing is damn confusing. I know it's branching storyline. I know it's the option. You can make it out of there on your own or choose to only rescue one of your two side supporting heroes in the game. I get that. But for continuity's sake, I've always wanted them to fix that issue. And I thought they would fix it in remake. But no, pretty much remake followed the exact same endings of the 1996 Resident Evil, the OG Resident Evil. And that's just one thing I always wanted to get fixed. I know it's splitting hairs at this point, but I just wanted to see that. Hopefully in the movies or CGI. I wish we could even have got a CGI movie that retold the events of the first Resident Evil and fix that issue. I'll be happy with that. That's all I really have to say about the first Resident Evil game that I had a problem with, but it doesn't take away from the gameplay. I just always wanted them to fix that. How you felt about that? Anyway, I was lucky that I held off on releasing this commentary because yesterday the trailer for Welcome to Raccoon City dropped, and I have a lot of questions. I mean, the first thing people have been complaining about is basically Leon's look, which we've known since the movie's been filming that is how Leon looks in this movie. He don't look like the character we see in the game, who's blonde and clean shaved. All right, that's not my problem with it. My problem is I have a question. Now that I'm intrigued, how is this story being told? From what I'm seeing, I'm going to break down what I see in the trailer and how I feel about it. I feel it's like this. For movie purposes, they have gone on and they have given the Redfields a backstory. Basically, making them possibly citizens of Raccoon City. Something involving Umbrella cost the life of a family member, maybe their parents, because both their parents are dead. Let's not forget that. Their parents could possibly have worked for Umbrella. I'm throwing out speculation on what's going to happen. And Claire has always been suspicious and never trusted Umbrella at all, whereas Chris never really believed her. Chris moved on with his life, joined Stars Unit, did all these other things, probably was in the military like he was in the game. And the thing is that certain things started to happen again, which brought Claire back into town. You see in the trailer, Chris was like, your conspiracy theories weren't right back then and they're not right now. So something happened in the town that brought Claire back from college or wherever she was. She got that footage. Yes, she got the footage from what I was saying. Showed Chris that Chris was still skeptical. Chris went on a mission with the Stars Unit and he saw all the things that Claire was warning him about. Realized it was Umbrella all along. Survives. Comes back and tells Claire the situation. End up that the virus outbreak hits the city months later because more than likely him, Jill, and the other surviving members in this movie version got suspended as well, and the city fell into ruins. And she meets Leon Kennedy, and now we are in another situation. We're in the Resident Evil 2 arc of this film, and more than likely 3, since they happen like lapping, like 3. Part of 3 takes place before 2. 2's in the middle. Then the ending of 3 takes place after Resident Evil 2. So I'm thinking this is basically what's going on in this film. Now, of course, the movie can't be 100% loyal to the game, but it's going to be, the core story seems to be there. You got William Birkin doing experimentation. You got Lisa Trevor. You have Albert Wesker. It looked like in the video that probably was Kenneth getting eaten like by a zombie, like the iconic part of Resident Evil 1. When you walk in the room and see Kenneth head hit the floor and the zombie turns and look over his shoulder at you. Looks like they're going to follow a lot of beats of Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil 1 and 2. But they're going to take movie liberties with that. And my thing is, I'm not even mad about Jill's look. I forgot the actress who plays her in this movie, but I loved her in Ant-Man and the Wasp as Ghost. You know, she's British. Hell, I have to see Leon in action in this movie, how they wrote the character, and I'm willing to look beyond that look. But I'm thinking this is what the movie's going to be. Once again, I believe something happened to the Redfield parents when they were kids at the hands of Umbrella. Umbrella was involved with it, which caused Claire to be distrustful about Umbrella, but she could never prove it, and Chris never believed her. So she went off and did her own thing. Chris did his own thing. Something started happening in their hometown, as I put in quotes, their hometown of Raccoon City. Which brings Claire back, or maybe Claire got proof finally. She got proof finally, because the trailers can be jump cut all over the place, and you can see Chris like the conspiracy theories, they weren't true back then and they're not true now. And she's like, look, I got proof right here. This is a video that I got from somebody. Chris sees the video, he's still skeptical, like thinking like anybody can be saying that, this is how things go. He goes on his mission with Stars, and he witnesses it and survives it firsthand. But nobody believes him and his sister at all, or Jill, or any other survivors. All hell breaks loose in the city as Resident Evil 2 arc begins in this movie. And the movie picks up with the separation. I don't know, the characters get separated. I believe if they're gonna do RE3 elements, hopefully Jill has her moments in this movie during Raccoon City. We see Leon and Claire's situation, which they showed in the trailer, and many other things. That's what I'm thinking a core movie is. So see, this is me not making this up as I go along. This is me telling you again, I think Umbrella had something to do with, in this movie version, something to do with the death of the Redfield parents, which causes Claire to go down this path of trying to expose Umbrella. And her and Chris come to odds over that. She finds proof of it, brings it to him. He's still skeptical. Then he realizes his sister was telling the truth, but nobody in the town wants to believe him, and that's when they realize how deep the corruption goes. And this is Welcome to Raccoon City. That's what I'm going with. You tell me what you think. Because I'm a Fury, I'm here, and now I'm out. Peace.